Hello, everybody, and welcome back to BrokeN Boys. This is episode. I didn't think about this. 237.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right,
one.
let's go. Mental math, kind of. Episode 237. I'm Mike.
I'm Colin.
Yeah, and today we got a lot of stuff to talk about. The main topic of this episode being Breach. 21 Pilots, new album, final album in the lore, out now. We're gonna be talking very in depth about, well, I mean, as in depth as we can get with a day of free will listening, free will legal listening at least, and we're gonna talk all about that and a bunch of other stuff that happened this week. Very eventful week, and before we get into that, how you doing? How was your week, Colin?
Well, my week was spent with Breach on the brain. I'll tell you what. After after Saturday, couldn't stop thinking about it. But I did my best to get through the week of work that I had before me from Sunday to yesterday, as it was a long week. I'll tell you what. It was nothing super eventful at work. I don't think. Just getting through it. I was our big boss for our store was there for, our GM at least was there for most of the days for like long shifts all day. So it kind of blew chunks in that way because
right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, had to be on my best behavior and do things that you might not usually have to do or whatever when he's not around.
Like food safety and such. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Making food with gloves on.
Yeah. Damn
it. Not eating pickles with my bare hands out of the bar.
Yeah.
But no, it was fine though. Nothing too exciting that I can remember. Just customers being customers. The stinky car lady wasn't too rude this week. She didn't say anything off kilter.
Yeah.
Which nice change of pace.
Right.
Especially because there was one day where I was busy. I was up front making drinks and stuff, and she was in my headset, waiting there for a good couple minutes. And after waiting there for a sec, she was like, "May I order?"
Yeah, I think you talked about that last.
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe the week before.
That's a line.
Yeah,
that's a line she says when she isn't able to order in an instant.
Right.
But, when I got to her, she gave me her order, didn't make a fuss, and just said thank you at the end. And I was like, you know what?
All right.
Maybe people can change.
Yeah.
But I don't see that being a consistent thing in the future.
Right.
But otherwise, I'm playing a lot of Rivals this week. Had a new season come out today, which I'm excited to play later on. But just getting through what I could get of the battle pass before it was gone. I mean, it's not technically gone. You can go back to the old battle passes and unlock stuff, but there's a weird progression thing. Anyway, but it's fun. I played with Ricky a couple times. Played by myself. I love that game. It's still fun. Daredevil's coming soon, and I'm excited for that. But that's good. You encouraged me to, or inspired me to go back to Jedi Survivor. So I haven't really gone anywhere far into it. I was just in the first portion, but I played a little bit of the beginning of that again. Love that game. So it's super fun. Very excited to get to the big fun parts that I loved on the first playthrough. Yeah, that's fun. Max wanted us to start watching Jujutsu Kaisen again.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, you've already seen it?
and yeah, we like a month ago or something we started, and
Ah.
just took like a little break because
Oh,
for
okay,
whatever
okay,
reason.
I see. Get back into
Uh,
it.
yes.
Okay.
So like he watched a couple episodes this week, and they're pretty peak, after the
Yeah.
last after the
Pretty
last couple
big.
episodes. But yeah, I wasn't super into the last couple episodes we had watched because they were a little boring on the more boring side. So
Mm-hmm.
filler kind of stuff. But these the last couple episodes we watched, this week were had a lot of action and fights and stuff, and that was fun to
Nice.
watch. Cool
Yeah.
animation.
I think that's something I've heard a lot of complaints of in anime is that there's a lot of shows that just have a lot of filler stuff.
Yeah,
But
I've heard that especially about like Naruto and stuff.
right.
But
Well, yeah, some of them with like the insane amount of episodes too, like a One Piece or I'm not sure
yeah,
if Naruto falls into that, but or Naruto,
uh,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Um, that's cool. Didn't watch any movies this week, but just because I've been working, I'm
Mm.
working and working. Um, but honestly, that's about it. I
Oh wow.
listened to Breach. I
Mm-hmm.
listened to the Maruja album this morning.
Oh,
What's it called? What's it? Pain to
Pain to
Power.
Power. Yes.
Pain to Power. I listened to that this morning. I liked it quite a bit,
Yeah.
but it's one of those records I need to listen to again because there's like 5-10 minute songs pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
It's like those go on for a while, and you kind of forget that you're listening to one song during that
Yeah.
time if you're not looking at the track list as you're going through or whatever. But I liked it a lot. I liked their vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff. The saxophone goes off at a couple points. But it's it's good stuff. I'll definitely have to revisit it. I liked Look Down on Us. I liked
Mm-hmm.
Born to Die,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I liked Trenches as well. But it's yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to revisit it because I did like it quite a bit. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, listen to those, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty low key week other than work for me. How about you,
That's
Mike?
all right. It was interesting amalgamation of events that happened this week. In fact, I'm kind of struggling to decide how I want to talk about them. I guess I'll talk about it in order of how they happened, but it's just a lot of emotions, I guess. One of the first things that happened, actually, yeah, this happened right after the pod last week. Uh, kind of during the pod. I'm not sure if you noticed. There was a part where I was looking at my phone quite a bit. My mom had sent me a message like, "Hey, can you give me a call when you can? I have some sad news to share or whatever." And she was like,
Mm.
"It's not about Riley." And then she was like, it's not about your grandma either." And I'm like, "Okay." um, I'm like, "All
Jesus.
right, yeah." I'm like, "All right." I don't know what to think of that. But yeah, I texted her back. I was like, "Can it wait like an hour?" And but well, okay. I guess just to I said, can it wait an hour, or if I can step aside if need be, if it's something like really important.
uh,
I wasn't dismissing my mom. Just,
right.
just want that to be clear. But anyways, she told me that one of my uncles had passed away. It's
uh,
the same. So you know about this, but one of my aunts passed away a few weeks ago. I didn't mention it on pod because it coincided with Vince's wedding, and her funeral was like on the day of his wedding, I believe. Yes, it was on wedding day, and it was it was something I didn't mention at the time because obviously I'm not going to put that kind of poten- excuse me,
Vibe into
put
that.
that potential guilt on Vince for like I'm
Yeah.
here not at my aunt's funeral or whatever. But that was something that happened that I didn't really talk about on pod. She had passed away from breast cancer, I believe, but it was definitely cancer.
Mhm.
And she was someone that like both her and my uncle were people who came to like our holiday dinners type stuff for like my close family. So like my close family is like a group of 10 people ish. I mean, with
Mhm.
extended spouses and stuff now. Um, but um, uh, but it was the group of 10 of us, and then they were like adopted family pretty much that came with us, and they're there for every like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. Um,
Mhm.
and Yeah, it's he passed away as well. I mean, I'm not entirely sure the details of it, but like they were kind of like an inseparable kind of pair duo. Um,
Yeah.
so I do kind of wonder maybe if there was some intentionality there or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was some sad news that happened.
Mhm.
That was,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it is sad. But I feel like it hasn't completely hit me yet, and it probably will come Thanksgiving when, the time I usually see them, I won't see them.
Right.
I feel like that's probably going to be a bit of a hit for me. But
Mhm.
it is, yeah, it is very sad. I'm just happy that the last time I got to see them was I think I talked about this on Pod too. Is I helped them move Christmas stuff
Right.
at their house. So I was doing them a good deed, helping them up and down the stairs with some heavy stuff and whatever. And got to hang out with them and talk with them and all that type of stuff. So it was a very, I guess I have a very normal last memory of both of them. Which I'm thankful for. But
Mhm.
yeah, that was something that happened last week, and then this is where the tonal shift starts already. But the next day, my cousin revealed that she got engaged as well, which
Ah.
is pretty cool. Part of the same crew, but yeah, I mean, she had been dating her boyfriend. I want to say for like 6 or 7 years at this point. So it's not like a huge surprise, but it's still really cool.
Right.
So that's a
Cool.
cousin that's very close to me. Like we grew up very close with those cousins, and even within the two of them, her and I were like the same age, so we're super close to it. It's like a
Right.
distant sister in some ways to me. But
Mhm.
Yeah, that was also pretty
Congrats.
cool.
Congrats.
Yes, congrats to them. But Yeah, that was kind of the two big things in terms of other stuff. But I've been playing a lot of Jedi Survivor, like you were talking about,
Mhm.
as well. It really started kicking my ass this week. I started getting into some of the really difficult boss fights,
Yeah.
especially Rick the door technician. He
I fucking love that joke.
Yeah, I somehow avoided all spoilers. I think all spoilers for this game. And
Uh,
that was one I'm glad I did not see ahead of time. I guess I won't spoil for anyone who's never played it, but that that made me laugh my ass off. That was so good.
that's so funny.
But yeah, that's been doing great though. I really love a lot of the set pieces that I've been going through. I think I'm most of the way through the game now. We're about to head to another planet though, so I guess I could be wrong about that. But like, there's
Mhm.
been some major character moments. I guess I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I feel like I'm nearing the end, but we'll see. But it's been fun though. But there have been some bosses that have legitimately been kicking my ass
Yeah.
though. Like
Yeah.
the Ogdobogdo the first time, he was getting me a bit, but I came back with a bunch more stims and beat his ass, and then
Yeah.
come to find there's two of them in
Yeah.
one of the energy things, and I spent I think an hour and a half straight trying to do it. And I couldn't, and I'm like, all right, I just need to come back here. And then I came back, I think yesterday. I went back and tried to do it again, and I still couldn't do it. I tried for like a half hour, and then he hit me with one of the instant kill moves, and I like just straight up quit the game like before I even died. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done.
Uh,
Yeah, those. Yeah, but even some of like the
yeah.
mainline boss fights were like getting me too. I'm
Uh,
like, damn, this shit's hard.
no, there's a fight with a major villain in Star Wars at one point
Yes,
that
I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah I failed that one so many times, and I was getting very
Right.
heated when I played that game.
Yeah, that was a long fight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I did that one I think last night and I was like, "Oh my God." Um but yeah. But I've been having fun though. I think that's a really fun game still. Really really enjoying it. I've listened to a few things. One of them being Breach, but I guess I listened to that by last episode. But the other thing, the most reviewed thing of last week was Double Infinity by Big Thief. Big Thief, I've talked about them before, and Adrian Lenker. I really enjoy it. It's very low key, very soothing, subtle music with great lyrics and stuff. And I think this album's pretty good. It's probably my least favorite of the projects I've heard so far. But it does have like a really cool, like spacey ambient type sound in some ways. And I think that's really cool on the production because her voice works well in like that kind of haunting spacey type vibe. The opening track on there in particular is one that I really really like. But overall it was cool. I didn't love it the whole way through, but I do think there are still really great highlights on it, and it's a pretty good album. um and then I listened to Pain to Power by Maruja, and I guess I'll just talk about it now just because like I only had the one listen to it, just due to Breach and all that.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff that happened last night. But I absolutely love it. I think it is incredible. The lyrics that I was catching were so good. And it had that vibe that I love from them where like it gets really dark in sound on there, but then also just has an overall message of love and like, we're fucking fed up and angry, but we want love in this world. Like
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best things about them. They get that across so well. And the tracks are just great. I mean, like four of the I think eight songs were already out, but the new ones that were on there were all incredible. And yeah, I just really love their vocalist as well. Like he impressed me live at like how well he could like genuinely sing rather than just do post rock like oh but todo whatever.
Yeah, the
uh
spoken word and stuff, yeah.
yeah, the spoken word like spitting with a vengeance type stuff. I mean, that's all great too, but like he like sings his ass off on this shit too. Like it goes crazy at some points. um I don't know. I absolutely adored it and loved it, and I can't wait to give it another listen. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's my album of the year. That's an incredible record. It just does something to me. I love it. Um, but yeah. I want to say that's about it for my week. I don't really think too much happened. Just kind of mentally preparing for the shows in a couple weeks.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, a lot of breach stuff, a lot of breaching. Um, but we will get into that. But I guess first we can do some music news. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, there was a lot of death that happened this week. Not only with
true.
my uncle, but the first thing in media, which wasn't covered as much as the second one. Um, the artist David D4VD um,
Yeah,
uh, was found with a body chopped up in the back of his Tesla. And like the way it's being worded sounds like it maybe could have been like a carjacking or something. Like there's not a lot of details, at least that I saw, about this.
yeah,
But like that's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't know too much about him, but he seemed like a pretty wholesome artist with wholesome fan base and whatever. Literally just had
yeah.
a song put into Fortnite as the official Fortnite anthem. And then
Yeah,
that was removed from shops pretty quickly. Um, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't have too much to say about that except like, okay, didn't expect that, I guess.
From what I've seen and what I, like, have read about it, I don't think that he did it
Yeah.
because he's been on tour for a while. He hasn't been in LA for months, though the body is pretty badly decomposed from what I heard.
Okay.
Um, so, I and also I thought I read that I saw that Jesus fucking Christ. I think I read somewhere that that his car might have been reported stolen as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that was a wild thing to pop up on my For You page first thing in the morning on like
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it was just like, damn, that's wild.
Yeah. It's just I think that's the best way to put it. It's like there's not a lot of details, but it's like, damn, that's crazy. You know?
It's just I don't even know what to say. It's just like I hope he didn't do it.
Yeah, I guess I do as well. But
I don't
yeah.
have a lot connected to David, but
Hmm.
it's
Right.
just like he's someone that that a lot of people like, and I
Hmm.
like some of his music, like the big ones I've enjoyed, but
Yeah.
it's just yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. Um, and then I guess another thing of stuff that we will talk about later, 21 Pilots are suing Timu, which,
Yes.
uh, you know, I mean, good luck to them on that, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. But yeah, they were Timu. I mean, if anyone's ever used Timu before, I'm sure this doesn't surprise them. But there was counterfeit merch being sold on Timu,
Yeah.
of like just the band's name and logo and stuff. None of the proceeds going to the band itself. Just cheap knockoff type shit. Timu, and yeah, they are suing Timu, big Chinese companies. So I don't exactly know how that's going to pan out.
Well, it wasn't just the fact that they were selling off brand merch. It was the fact that some of it was like homophobic in it
Mm,
as well. Like
yeah.
there was like a picture of Tyler, and it was like I am violently homophobic or something like
Oh
that.
wow, I didn't see
Um,
that part of it. Yeah.
yeah, and so in the statement that was on like Rock Sound or whatever, whoever reported on it, um, I mentioned that the Tyler, I assume Tyler or his lawyer or something, was like, yeah, they're homophobic. It's not cool, and they're uh, selling knockoff merch. So
Yeah.
not cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Timu sucks though. So.
It does suck. I don't, from what I was seeing from people's reactions to it, it doesn't seem like that's a very easy case for them to do, just maybe because of the location of it or the
Yeah,
hugeness of Timu or something. But like, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting
yeah,
though. Yeah.
it is. It is an interesting little thing on the eve of their of their
Yeah.
newest album.
Yeah. Little album promo, you know, last
Yeah,
minute. Um, and then
the
a
other
lot.
21
Of,
Pilots. Sorry, Hideo Kojima
oh yes, yes,
stays
yes.
based. He'll post on Twitter and whatever other social media like "Good Morning," and it's like a song he's listening to.
Hmm.
And yesterday he posted "Good Morning" with Drum Show by 21 Pilots, and
Hmm.
it's like this man is undeniably based at this
Yeah,
point. So.
because I think I'm pretty sure you sent last time they posted a Greep song, a Jordy Greep song,
Yeah,
and I was like, that's insane. But the fact that he's rocking with both Greep and 21 Pilots, I mean, like this man, he's me. He's literally me.
give him your money, Mike. Play Death
Yeah,
Stranding.
I know. That's what I said to you last night. I'm like, all right, I guess I need to play Death Stranding. This guy gets me. Um, but yeah, no, that's sick as hell.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. Um, and then the last piece of music news I have, Jacob Collier announced that he has an album coming out October 10th, called "The Light for Days." And I'm cautiously optimistic about it.
Mm.
You know, the last Jacob Collier album, not good. I'm probably, depending on who you ask, most Jacob Collier albums, not good. I enjoy some of his stuff though. And this one, it's like all I saw him do like a little talk about it, like to a live crowd. It's like I don't remember how long it is, like maybe 8 songs or I think maybe
Mm.
11 or something like that. I don't know why. But it's all like just his voice and guitar, and it was stuff that was recorded over like 4 days, I think he said. So very stripped back type stuff, which could go either way. I really like some of his really stripped back stuff, but also, it I don't know. He's not the greatest
Yes, sir.
songwriter out there.
Yeah.
So, but there. I just listened to the first single earlier today when I woke up, called "I Know a Little." I thought it was nice. It was pleasant. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll see what happens with that, but I'll keep you posted.
I'll be waiting with bated breath,
Of
Mike. I'll tell
course,
you
of course.
what.
um,
I have a couple other things here.
okay.
Gorillaz announced a new album,
Yes.
The Mountain,
Mm,
coming out March 20th, which is a wild kind of span of time to
yeah.
announce an album
Yeah.
prior to. They released a single. I haven't listened to it, but people seem to like it from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It also seems like the album is kind of collabby. Every song has a feature on it, from
Yeah.
what I'm seeing. So that's interesting. To be fair, I don't really listen to Gorillaz, but they're a band that I've been interested in
Mm-hmm.
for a while, and I check it out. I like the album cover.
Yeah. Album cover's sick
Um,
as hell. Yeah.
yeah, but pretty cool. That's a cool announcement. And then Joe
Mm.
um, released a couple songs throughout the week, and I was like, oh, cool, more Joe for my
Mm.
ears. I
Yeah.
haven't listened to them yet because I've only had Breach on the Brain,
Yeah.
but
Joe for my ears, but breach on the brain.
exactly. And then this morning I saw that he posted, "Oh, the Crux Deluxe is out," and then I went to look at it for the pod to see
Mm.
if it's a couple songs. There's 12 more songs
Oh my
on top
god.
of it's two albums.
Yeah.
Uh, now, so there's 12 more songs on top of the already 12 song original Crux.
That's crazy.
Um, which is wild, and it's something I'm definitely gonna have to listen to.
I
But
like
that's
that album art though.
me too.
It looks sick.
It yeah, it's a night and day if you
Yeah.
uh but that's cool. Gonna have to listen to that.
Yeah.
Um and then uh this is kind of music related, but it also could have gone in uh other world news. Josh Dunn is pregnant with Debbie Dunn's baby.
Of course.
Uh,
Yes.
that
Did we not talk about that
happened.
last week? I
No,
haven't
because it
happened to
happened
pod.
on Sunday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Um,
She got
but
pregnant on Sunday.
yeah, yeah. No, they Debbie announced that she's pregnant with Josh's baby,
Mhm.
and they're gonna be parents pretty soon. It seems from how far along she looks in the
Yeah.
photos. But that's something that Mike had theorized about, and that I had kind of felt was coming as well
Mhm.
with the break upcoming after Breach and everything. And just like wanting to spend time with families and everything.
Yeah.
But that's super cool. Congratulations to those two.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't know their sex lives or whatever, but it is interesting that uh she does seem very far along and they're about to go on tour. That
Yeah,
feels so.
yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully nothing big happens there, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna because she usually tags along to the tours. So I'm
Oh,
wondering
that's
if
true.
she'll
But like, I
if she'll
mean,
be around. But I mean, traveling like that, I can't be easy.
right.
So
And that's something that could like cancel a show potentially too. I mean,
that is true.
I would hope, I guess, even like just for Josh's sake. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and then yeah, in world news, kind of a dark week. Mike mentioned a lot of death.
Yeah.
Um, I'll only talk about this shortly because I feel like it's all people are talking about this week when there are
Right.
other things that should be and are not getting talked about. But the Charlie Kirk, who is a
Mm,
alt right talking head, racist, terrible person,
yeah.
been on Jubilee. It was on Jubilee as like a debate guy against Charlie Kirk against 20 liberals or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, he was shot dead at a like a like a debate event that his team put together at a college campus in
Hmm.
Utah, which was quite the surprise
Yeah.
to everybody. uh it was I was at work when it happened. I looked down at my watch and I got like a news notification that was like Charlie Kirk shot, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Whoa. um, and, and then a couple like a 20-30 minutes later, I got the notification that Charlie Kirk was dead, and it was like, wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
But it's I don't want to like talk about it a lot, but it's just
Hmm.
like I feel for his kids. I feel for the people that had to witness that. That's obviously a terrible thing to
Yeah.
watch have to have watched. Um, it's it's hard for me to feel sympathy or empathy for someone who, one, didn't believe in empathy, and two, was so openly awful all the
Hmm.
time. I don't wish harm or death on people in general. But it's and not but it's just like it's bad to see. Political violence isn't something that should be happening. It's just, it brings up a dark path that we are bound to walk down at this point with so much of this shit happening.
Yeah.
But Charlie Kirk was, as I said, terrible person. He's going to be used as a martyr now,
Hmm.
and he's being given like the highest of like praise and honors by the White House and the president at the moment. Which, unsurprising, but still like should not be happening.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just a very surprising and dark moment that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, just another wild thing that happened this week.
Yeah, big thing for sure. I guess just my thoughts on it are, you know, as much as I hate the guy and like pretty much ditto to everything you said, I think he is a hateful, terrible, racist person. Um, I still don't think anything he did deserves of him being shot or assassinated like during a fucking rally of his. Like when it comes to people like him, it really is just like he's an outspoken idiot. Like
Yeah,
he's not directly in charge of stuff, not directly making change. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on with social change right now, and like he definitely has a voice in making things worse in that regard, which I don't love. But that doesn't make him worthy of death, right? Like he's just like he's a little sidekick goon in the fucking
yeah,
right wing grifters. He's not he's, he's not like an actual person of power. So I completely. I mean, I think political violence is bad too, but like seeing people, I don't know. Some of the reactions were really rubbing me the wrong way. Even like on the left side of things, like just like I don't know, the like celebratory stuff of this that I was
yeah,
seeing. I'm like, this is kind of insane. Like I hate the guy with all my guts, but I still don't wish death on him. um, and
mhm,
especially not in front of his wife and kids. I mean, I'm not sure if they were there watching, but they were at the event.
yeah,
And like that, yeah, it was bad too. Like it was. I mean, I don't recommend anyone go see the video, to be honest, because it is
no,
pretty bad. But like the video was circulating pretty quickly, and even before he was announced dead, like everyone was like, "Yeah, that guy's dead. There's no way."
yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, it's just a weird, not weird. It's an awful thing that happened this week. And I don't know. I mean, I was talking to you guys about it too, about how
mhm,
anxious it does make me, just because I really do, kind of like you were alluding to, this country feels like it's coming closer and closer to a breaking point with how
mhm,
divided things are. And I still blame the division on one big person.
mhm,
But even so, like the amount of division and just increasingly violent stuff that's happening, this isn't just gonna stop here. It's not like someone gets shot and they're gonna like, oh, maybe we should back down on this now. No, it's gonna be fuel for the fire. It's just gonna be further retaliation and that kind of shit. And like I don't know, it's people are already fucking idiots as it is, like saying that Trump was shot at by a liberal already when that's not true.
no,
And I've been seeing a lot of great talking points as well about I honestly I didn't even know about the two Minnesotan House representatives that were
Yeah.
killed recently. I honestly didn't even know about that. I didn't know that was a thing. And like those are people with real power that were killed by a right wing lunatic. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's there's been a lot of
It's
discussion on it. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like, people, the alt-right people who worshipped this guy and worship Trump are they want to blame the entire Democratic Party or anybody on the left
Right.
for what happened when first off, we didn't even know who the guy was till this morning.
Right.
We don't know what his motives are. We don't know what his political standings are. It's like a 22-year-old guy.
Yeah.
It's we don't but in terms of these things happening, it's usually right-wing people with
Hmm.
access to guns who aren't very stable at all.
Yeah.
So you can I don't want to assume completely though the person who shot Charlie Kirk was, though he was in a Halloween costume with like a Trump Halloween costume in 2017. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it did look like it was like a derogatory Trump costume, though,
yeah,
if I may say. Like, it looks like it could have been in a negative light. But also I've seen people being like, this is a guy or a kid raised in fucking Utah, and apparently his
yeah,
dad is like a sheriff or something. There, it's like
mhm,
there's good chances he's he's either Republican or was very, you know, living um reject my parents. My
mhm,
parents are staunch Republicans, so therefore I became Democrat type stuff. I don't know.
yeah,
It's we don't know yet. We don't know, but people are
no,
jumping to conclusions.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what really needs to be focused on, but will unfortunately not be focused on, is gun control.
Yeah.
Uh, it's something that has plagued this country for so long
Hmm.
and will continue to plague this country for so long because everybody on that side of things who are in charge of the country right now don't think it's the guns when it is
Right.
the guns. There was a school shooting the same day, 3 kids died.
Hmm.
That wasn't talked about at all.
Yeah.
It was only Charlie Kirk, but at the end of the day, both things are because of guns
Right.
and having easy and free access to these things that can murder someone in an instant. It's ridiculous, and it really fucking needs to be figured out
Right.
because otherwise it's just gonna continue.
Yeah. I mean, the gun stuff is definitely a complicated topic in general, but the fact that nothing has changed is just incredibly idiotic of our country.
Yeah.
And yeah, but anyways, like I said, I don't remember if I mentioned this to you guys or someone else. I'm kind of in the state where
Mm,
like I don't know if I want to say rest in peace to the guy, because I mean,
mm,
terrible person, and like you said, there's been so many. I'm actually kind of glad of how many people are using his own words against him during
yeah,
his death here, like the stuff about empathy and like the stuff about, you know uh unfortunately people have to die in mass shootings in order for us to have our guns and shit like that. Like, I'm glad
yeah,
people are using those words against him, because that's what he deserves for spewing that rhetoric. What he does
yeah,
not deserve is a bullet in the neck. And that's kind of where I stand on that.
yeah.
But
No, like I said, I feel for his kids. I feel for the people that had to witness it.
yeah,
I don't feel as bad. That's something that he believed in and something that he so endlessly spewed rhetoric about. Like you said, I don't think he deserved to die because of it. But it's just it's what he put out in the world, and it came back to him
yeah,
in the same way. So it's like it's just wild how that worked out
yeah.
and happened. But you know,
Yeah, I guess the only other thing I want to say on it is I'm surprised it showed some of the people, I guess, that we went to high school with or whatever, that like in my
yeah,
social media
yeah,
feed. I mean, there's one thing between basically saying the same thing we're saying of like this shouldn't be celebrated or whatever, and then people being like, "Oh my God, I love Charlie Kirk so much," like
yeah.
people that I'm like, "Oh, I wouldn't have expected that from you," but okay.
Unfollowed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was a big thing this week, of course. But I want to talk about Breach.
Yes,
Breach.
Yeah.
Um, there's
21 Pilots.
not really a good way to transition that, but you know what? we did. Yeah, so I guess where do you want to start? Should we
Well,
start?
we're gonna do a track by track.
Okay.
If you want to, I don't. Do you want to talk about the music video before, or after? I know that's what you were probably about to say.
Yeah, it was what I was about to ask. I guess we could do, because you said you wanted to talk about song ranking beforehand, right?
Well, after.
Oh, after?
After we
Okay,
talk about them.
gotcha. I can. Yeah, you mentioned that to me. I was half asleep when I read that message. Yeah. I think it makes the most sense to talk about the music. I mean, I guess if we want to just like briefly sum up our thoughts before getting into the album, just like I like it a lot. It's a great album. I
Yeah.
think it's a great ending, and there's a lot of great stuff going on it. I don't know. Maybe we do talk more specifics first.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it more in my overall thoughts, but I feel very seen by this record. There's a lot of lyricism on this thing that makes me feel like I'm not the only one going through what happens in my head a lot of the
Yeah.
time. Whereas, like, 21 Pilots, they talk about that stuff a lot, and they do it in a way that's kind of like not straight in your face, but this record is kind of straight in your face a lot of
Yeah.
the time about what Tyler's feeling, about what Josh is feeling.
Mm.
It's like, and it's really cool, and it makes me feel very seen and heard, and makes me feel valid in the amount of time and money and effort that I've put into this band over the past 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Lot
of money. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Another $8 went this morning to
Yeah.
to a certain thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but yeah. Did you want to talk track by track first, or you want to do music video?
We can. I guess we could talk about maybe track by track, but then like after we talk about City Walls, just talk about the music video. I feel like that makes sense to me.
That works.
But yeah, I mean, I guess is it cool if I start?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think City Walls, the song, is a pretty good opening track to the record. In fact, I'd say it's a very good opening track to the record. I don't think I'm quite loving this one as much as a lot of people are, just at this current moment. I guess it's another thing to mention to those who may be tuning in later or whatever. We are recording this the Friday that Breach has dropped. So for me personally, I've had one listening at the listening party, one listening through a not so legitimate third party, and one listen through Spotify last night. So I've had 3 listens to the album. There's a lot of room for things to grow and change around, and like opinions to completely 180. I remember, I guess for example, when Scaled and Icy came out, I really loved Never Take It the day after we did the pod, or when we did the podcast the day afterwards, and now that's one of my least favorites on that album. So there's things, definitely opinions that can change. But anyways, context aside, I think City Walls is pretty good. And I really like the vibe of it. I really love the production on it. I think sounds great. The drumming and like the noisier type synths. And the whole outro and everything, and the way the bridge breaks down and shoots back up, I think is done very well. I think it's a really structurally great track. But I do need some more listens in general on this one. I don't necessarily love the rapping on it, is one thing that's kind of holding me back. I just don't think it sounds fully in tune with the rest of the track, if that makes sense. And I also am just a little struggling to like understand some of the, because there's a lot of like big references back on this track. You get, I mean, Holding On To You is obviously a big one towards the end, that Entertain My Faith or whatever. And like I think it sounds great, it's pretty cool, but I'm still struggling to see the purpose on some of it, and like as to why it's doing why he's making all the references and stuff. I don't know. And like the same thing with like the Heavy Dirty Soul like outro and stuff like that. It feels very fan servicey to me, and you know I'm a fan. I love the fan service, but I guess I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how it all comes together in some ways. But I do think it's still a really cool track. Yeah, I guess that's what I gotta say about just the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. That's it. You know, this is it. This is the end of the lore. I can't believe it. Really, this track is really cool and kind of bold for an album opener. Feels like
Mm-hmm.
a very different thing to do to open an album, but I respect it for that. From all the callbacks to prior songs, like you were saying, from like Migraine when he said Silence of Violence, or Holding On to You with Entertain My Faith, and of course the Heavy Dirty Soul beginning at the end of the song, kind of signaling that that cycle that everyone was scared would recur
Mm-hmm.
happened. Um, yeah, I think it's just a really cool love letter to those who've stuck around for this long. Tyler, I think he sounds fantastic across this whole song, and really feels like he's putting the last of what he had into for this story into the conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm really in love with the the um the smile wrapping around my face, splitting it in two. That portion of the song, I fucking love very like
Yeah.
a lot. It just I don't know. There's something about the vibe of it that just like it tickles my brain in a way that I can't get enough of.
Yeah.
Um, Paul Meany's production shines really bright on this track a lot. All those like quirky but insanely cool and unique touches that he adds. Josh, you know, popping off on those drums. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of slower stuff throughout, but you know, it still works really well. Um, and you know, I just think it's a really cool ending to the story that you know I'll have on rotation with the other story tracks as well.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. This one I do really enjoy. I can see how someone how you might not like the rapping and stuff, but you know I feel like it's more to play into the music video a little bit because it's
Right.
like very he's like you know choreographing his fighting that will you know we can talk
Yeah.
about, but
Yeah.
it's cool and I don't know it kind of it also like the fighting stuff kind of shines back to um no chances and stuff where he's like talking about being in the octagon and stuff like
Right.
that, you know he's a boxer
Yeah.
but you know, I just think it's a really cool track to start off with.
I also think it's a really cool track. Just to say that, I just have a couple of
Yeah,
little gripes with it. Yeah.
I don't know. I love this one as an opener.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to kind of like listen to this one and have it like blend into Heavy Dirty Soul afterwards, like
Mm-hmm.
queuing them up together to see how that feels. But yeah, it's a really cool track. I really like.
Yeah. Same here. And the one thing I want to mention as well is on the whole record. I'm going to mention this a couple times. Um,
Mhm.
I felt a really strong like Postal Service, Death Cab for Cutie, Ben Gibbard. He heads both of those projects. I felt a lot of that in a lot of these songs more than usual. I know that both Death Cab and Postal Service are influences on Tyler. Like he's talked about that before. I think it influences on Josh too. But like I really heard that in a lot of times. And like when you were talking about the bridge, the miles, my smile, whatever, I'm forgetting the lyric at
Yeah,
the moment, wraps around my head, splitting my head in two, I think.
yeah.
That whole section really reminded me of stuff that I've heard from Death Cab for Cutie, for sure. But yeah, it's just something I wanted to mention there.
Hmm.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah. The music video.
Yeah.
The first note I have is Nico almost made Tyler do blackface. It's very
He did.
close.
He did.
Yeah,
It's very scary.
yeah. He put his
Using
hands
his platform.
using his. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's that's funny. That's good. He yeah, Nico put his, had his hands around Tyler like he did at the end of Paladin Straits and also at the end of the contract.
Mhm.
And yeah, it started the blackness on Tyler's neck started going up his face a little bit, which was
Yeah.
kind of creepy imagery. Also, I need to just mention now. I think we talked about this on pod. When the Paladin Straight music video first dropped, at the very end of it, there was like a little note or whatever that like started like growing at the end. And I
Mm.
think, and you were talking about, because a lot of people online were talking about this too. They were saying like, "Oh, that's got to be the first note of a next song that's coming in or whatever." And I was sitting there like, nah. I think that's just a little rising, a little riser effect. I don't think that's actually a first note.
Yeah.
Um, I was wrong. That I'm pretty sure that is exactly how City Walls starts, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty
Um,
sure.
but it is like in key and like directly relates to it. So I will take the fall on that one. But anyways, yeah, that's how the video starts.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then they brawl, like you were saying.
Yeah. No, that was wild.
Yeah,
Nico had hands, dude. He
yeah.
was
Nico
fucking
got
Tyler
hands.
up.
Um,
That's
I,
like a elderly Icelandic man throwing around 30-year-old Ohioan.
yeah, yeah. I was not expecting that when it first started. And there's like one move, like I think I only watched the music video twice. I probably should have watched it again before starting the pod. But there's a moment towards
Mm.
the beginning of the fight where like he like throws him against a door, and it looks kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Like it looks great. Like the fighting legitimately the fighting legitimately looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the video is about 10 minutes long, which is like
Hmm.
100K per minute,
Hmm.
based on the $1 million.
Yeah,
uh,
that's another thing. They talked about this music video being $1 million, and like I guess I can kind of see it, but at the same time, it doesn't entirely feel like it should be that much. But like,
no,
you know, it's still cool. Still cool.
maybe half of it was the guy who plays Nico's budget.
Maybe,
Maybe his
yeah, bringing him to probably California or Ohio for a few days.
yeah.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, the music video is super cool. Like it looks, I can see where the money could go in the way that the video looks visually. Because like
Yeah.
if you look at that and you look at Paladin Straits, like Paladin Straits very obviously like computer generated, and there are moments on this one that it's like, it's obvious that it is as
Yeah.
well. But Paladin Strait is like way more obvious in a way, whereas City Walls looks more practical
Mm.
in certain aspects. And
Yeah.
obviously there were more practical things. They talked about recreating music videos, and they did that with certain parts. But yeah, it's really like the beginning is really cool. It takes place, right after Paladin and everything. So it's just
Hmm.
like, there's a lot of really cool shit throughout.
Yeah. But yeah, they go through the Heavy Dirty Soul music video, the Levitate music video, and Jumpsuit.
Mhm.
Uh, I feel like the jumpsuit one didn't look that great, to be honest.
No, no, it
Um, uh,
didn't.
like
It
I
actually did.
yeah, I respect the effort, but it the yeah, it did look a little off. I mean, it was nighttime for one thing, but
Yeah.
also yeah, but I guess the only other thing I gotta say is like the Heavy Dirty Soul one, like they couldn't just go out to a street and film that one. You know what I mean? Like that's how the original
Yeah.
was filmed. Like I guess I kind of get it, but like
Maybe
still,
it's
if
just easier to edit onto a green screen or something, but
yeah, something like that. But it was still cool going back to that kind of stuff and getting Tyler and Nico in those situations again and whatever. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean, uh, I guess you have anything else to say on like the other music videos and stuff?
I think they look pretty cool. The Levitate one is probably the one that looks the best.
Oh, for
It's the most
sure. Yeah.
practical. Um, they did like succeed at making Tyler look a little younger when it comes to like jumpsuit,
Hmm.
especially, which like I just think it's cool to have those kind of like these are like the major players in the storyline in those music videos, other than like Paladin and
Hmm.
whatever. maybe the outside, but
Nico and the Niners as well. Yeah.
yeah, that one too. But it's just, I think that was a really cool little touch, little love letter to those prior videos. The jumpsuit one didn't look as good, but I can kind of see how it's harder to recreate that
Yeah.
the beautiful Icelandic landscape
Right.
as well. But
Um.
it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And then uh I guess I mean Nico fucking stabs Tyler with
Yeah,
the
he really
horns or
did.
whatever. Uh Ends the fight. But that goes into that stripped down bridge or whatever. Which,
Hmm.
like we were talking about, sounds great. I really like the imagery in that section too. Like I think it matches the music very well.
Yeah,
Um and then start hyping up with the entertain mize, and said, well, what are we entertaining, Tyler? Who knows? And then at the big entertain my faith or whatever, he shoots Nico out a window, I think, with the click symbol, which was pretty cool.
yeah,
um I just like the symbolism of that, like that it's the click that's
yeah,
helping get rid of these demons or whatever. It's a big help with the community and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that and I kind of pogged
yeah, me too.
over that moment.
I was like, he did the thing.
He threw up the two fingers. I was like, "Holy shit, dude!
Yeah,
This is not real." Uh,
yeah,
um, uh, but yeah, no, that was like it looks like he either threw him out the window or he just fucking Thanos snapped him
yeah.
because after like he does the thing. Nico kind of flies and Torchbearer also flies back. And then it
Hmm.
like there's like a wide shot of Clancy from behind, and there's like ash kind of falling, and it
Yeah,
looks it looks like he got fucking snapped out of existence, which is really fucking funny to me.
yeah,
Um, uh, but it's just like that moment was like, yeah, that the way I interpret it is just, it's the same as yours. It's like the click and the fans really helping to destroy that
yeah,
Nico.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
yeah,
and then it goes to a place where I don't entirely know if like I understand the symbolism of it, but it does feel like it's a little out of place for just defeating Nico.
yeah,
Like I guess I'm just kind of struggling to understand, I guess, the quickness of it.
yeah,
But he goes to destroy Nico and then immediately pulls down a curtain and becomes Nico. Pretty much
yeah,
becomes a bishop. All the banditos that were just fighting all those bishops then become bishops as well. Um, and Yeah, I mean, I understand some of the symbolism with it.
yeah,
Well, I mean, the cycles stuff was a big thing in 21 Pilots music in
yeah.
general. But I don't know. I guess I'm curious to hear your thoughts on
Yeah,
that.
the when I first saw that, people were speculating for the longest time that this is what was going to
Right.
happen. Clancy was going to be a bishop at the end of everything. Um, and I wanted to not believe that that was going to happen until the box sets came out, and one of them was called the Nova Bishop, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and Tyler's like, you're not going to like the end of the story. So it's going to
Mm.
be rough. And I was like, oh boy. But it happened, and the way that I interpret it is that in using that click symbol and using us after being stabbed and it's basically dying. I feel like using us, using the fan base as a last ditch effort to get rid of this embodiment of the mental illness and all
Hmm.
the things, kind of like took it all out of him, and all that was left was him, and all that
Yeah.
was left was what's inside of him, and it just kind of all came out, and that's what started the cycle over again. Is he lost himself, he lost the fan base, and now he's just another Nico.
Yeah.
Um,
I just had a thought now too.
mhm.
If your thought is over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Um, just to play off of what you said there, using the click, yes, and using the fan base and the music and all that. I wonder if it's also maybe potentially commentary that I can relate to a little bit when it comes to being a musician and releasing music based on
Mm.
mental health stuff. Is by even though like it helps with those things, it also kind of forces you to relive those moments of you know it forces you to live in that headspace a lot more of the mental health
Mm.
issues and like repeating the cycles in some ways. So it's kind of like a blessing and a curse in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I wonder maybe potentially that could be some imagery as well. At least that's kind of
Yeah.
what I was thinking of when you started talking about it in that light.
Yeah. And I can kind of see that as well because like
Yeah.
in before he throws up that symbol, he's singing "Holding On to You," which is
Right.
like before Blurry Face and before all of this. So
True.
it throws him back into a time where maybe wasn't he was feeling worse than he is nowadays. So it like
Yeah.
like you were saying, brings back up those emotions, brings back those that cycle,
Hmm.
and it just kind of throws him back into it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Tyler, Clancy becomes a bishop, becomes the new Nico,
Hmm.
and he, I think it's cool the way that the makeup stops, the black stops at his bottom lip,
Yeah.
and kind of goes there. People were interpreting it as like a, because I guess we can talk about the rest of the video in that aspect, because the banditos that came up with Torchbearer through the tower instantly took those cloaks. They
Yeah.
became the new bishops. They gave up. They idolized Clancy to a point where they are going to follow him into this and become what they want to destroy. Um, Torchbearer refuses it. He leaves, looking very hurt as well.
Hmm.
Josh's face acting was great in
Yeah.
that moment. Um, but he leaves. He's down there packing up his stuff, including the Clancy mask and a bunch of notes. I assume from the fan premiere exhibits that they had on the tents and stuff. Um, and then another bandito is like, what now? You know,
Hmm.
and Torchbearer's like, we try again.
Yeah.
You know, we find another Clancy and we go for it again. And
Which real quick, I really do
yeah,
love the parallel there with the song Truce. The sun will rise and we will try again. Um,
yeah,
I think that's intentional, and I love Truce. So
yes. But the other bandito is like again, and
Mhm.
Torchbearer goes always, and then they walk off, and it's like um, what was I? Yeah, well, but Torchbearer refuses the cloak. He
Mhm.
refuses the cloak. He walks away, um, and just like it's just like I don't know. It really it proves to us because like people have been theorizing that Clancy is just it's a title rather than a name. So
Mhm.
this version this Tyler took up the title of Clancy, and now they're off to find another person who has the same abilities and capabilities to become what could be the end of the bishops, and they just keep trying and trying and trying. Um, but people also have theorized that Keon's
Mhm.
also in the lore who betrays Nico and the other bishops. He's killed. People theorize that Keon's was a former torchbearer who wanted to join and try to take it down from the inside,
Mhm.
which is really cool. But
Yeah.
it's just like I hate that it didn't end in like a happy way, but it did end in a hopeful way.
Yeah. Something that I wasn't sure if you were about to get into, but it's a theory
Mhm,
that I saw that I actually like quite a bit. Um
mhm,
and when Tyler takes up the Nico's robes or whatever, becomes a bishop himself, like you said, the black is like around his bottom lip, like it goes up to his
yeah,
bottom lip or so. Meanwhile, on Nico, which presumably is a previous Clancy, it goes to about like right under his eyes. So it seems like there's less darkness this time. So like even though the cycle is repeating, it's kind of like he makes progress every time that this happens, and it is getting better, but it's still
yeah.
cycling, which I feel like that's intentional, and that's pretty cool. It also kind of suggests that Clancy was at one point all blackface, but
Yeah.
I still think it's a really cool imagery without that aspect of it. uh, but yeah, I feel like that's intentional just because the makeup department, that's a clear intentional choice, like having it be
Yeah.
lower than it was on Nico. So that's pretty. I think that's a like you were saying. It's a sad ending, but it does have like hopeful undertones to it. No pun
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the music video then ends and it moves into Intentions, which we'll talk about later. But I love that part of it, and it just goes through and like shows a bunch of imagery from like concept art and like maps and stuff. It gives credit um, to the actor for Nico.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you who wrote this, who came up with the story. Tyler, Josh, Mark, Brian. Forget his name. I think is Brian.
Yeah, something like that.
And then it ends with you as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, which was super like, oh,
Yeah,
it hit me right.
that hit me too.
Yeah, and it just like, it really goes to show just like how impactful a fan base can be
Mm-hmm.
on something like this when it comes to like writing a story and creating lore. It's like, they could have outlines for things that they want to do, but they go into these Reddits or these threads and they find certain things that they want to include, and they kind of just use us and our love for the band and everything as a way to make certain aspects of the story more satisfying
Right.
or more interesting. And it's like it's just super cool. It's a super
Yeah.
cool aspect.
Yeah, no, it was.
uh,
I think Tyler's talked about that before. That a lot of the story stuff has been collaboration with the click in some ways. I think I think it's pretty clear that he lurks when it comes to this type of all the theorizing and stuff. He's lurking around. He's got
yeah.
an account out there somewhere, just watching everyone talk about this stuff. And not even just like the basic click or whatever. Like he's in the deep seeds of the
Oh
Reddit
yeah.
threads and shit. But yeah, no, I thought that was really cool too. That made me smile when the U popped
Mhm.
up. I was like, oh, at least he's giving credit, kind of. But
Yeah. And
imagine,
flashing through all the logos from
yeah.
Dairyface to Clancy
Oh
and
yeah, that was
Breach was
cool too.
also like
I,
crazy to see that.
I was just gonna say as well. Imagine instead of it saying you, it was just like you, or like it was like the Reddit usernames like you slash blank 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 you slash blank. Just a bunch of Reddit people he stole from.
Like a
Um,
Patreon thing at the end of the
yeah, yeah, shouting out my patrons. But yes, the logos, the quick logos changing. Did it start at Vessel or Blurryface? I don't remember.
I think it
Um,
started at Blurry Face and went
yeah,
on.
that was cool too. I liked that as well.
Mhm. Yeah, just really cool, and I really love that video and the ending to everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that
All
was pretty
right.
cool.
Well.
And then I really, I mean, we're gonna talk about intentions later.
Yeah.
The song, not whatever. But I really like that being the credits rolling
Yeah.
song too. I thought that fit very well. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Well, I talked
Well, you spent
about
20 minutes on the first song.
hell yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot to talk about with that song.
Yeah.
But I already or I started with City Walls, so why don't you bring us into Raw Fear, Colin?
All right. Yeah.
Why
Raw
don't you move
Fear.
us with Raw Fear?
It said, "Where's all my undiagnosed ADHD and anxiety disorder havers at?"
Woo!
The song is for us, fam.
Yeah.
You. Being uh, being driven and pushed through life by your anxieties and fears is something that I understand very well, unfortunately.
Hmm.
And that's what Tyler is like struggling with throughout this song. At least that's what I interpret it to be. Raw Fear is super catchy. With a great chorus that'll be stuck in my head for a while. But as a whole, not one of my favorites.
Hmm.
While I relate and while it has some amazing lyrics sprinkled in, such as "Try to microdose to infinity, but you'll never ever get it." For
Yeah.
example, great fucking lyricism there. Um, Something that he also mentioned in his like little uh, listening party preamble for the song, that he really loved that lyric.
Hmm.
It's just a bit repetitive for me. I do see it possibly growing as time goes on, but as it stands, not one of my favorites. Still catchy and fun, but and I'll still be listening to it, of course. But yeah, that's basically my
Yeah,
thoughts on that.
I kind of have similar feelings on it. I like a lot of the lyrics, and I think the chorus is dummy catchy. It's a very fun
Mhm.
chorus. That you know, it's really catchy. And I like the little subtle tempo change in like the bridge section too. I think the bridge part is the best part of the song, like by far.
Mhm.
Um, the tempo change stuff, and then the life is never slowing down, but the song is getting faster. Whoa! But I think it's really cool. The instrumentation gets cool there too. I like the yeah or whatever in there. That's gonna
Mhm.
be really fun to chant live. It's gonna be
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be a good one for sure. And I like how it does like the quick tempo change back into the chorus. You know, or I should say the slow tempo change back into the chorus. It's cool. There's a lot of like fun little elements to it, but I do think the main chunk of the song, I do agree, it is a little. It's just kind of fine. I think the way I put it in my review is I think the instrumental felt like it needed more spice in it or something. Like it's very clean. And I don't know. I guess I just wish there was a little bit more grit of some sort in there, like a little bit more
Mhm.
distorted bass or something. You know, not obviously not like huge, whatever. But it just feels very pretty and pristine as it is, and I don't know. I wish there was something a little more unique to it.
Yeah.
But the bridge is great on it, but also it's not one of my favorites. But it is still a fun one that I like.
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
Yes,
I also
yes.
like the addition of his of Rosie and Junie getting their screams in there.
Right. Yes.
Very cute.
Yes. 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 Very sweet.
Mm.
Um, yeah. Then drum show. I mean, we've talked a lot about drum show at this point.
Yes.
It's a great song. I love it. In fact, I think it's my favorite song on the album still. Maybe.
Mhm.
Like I said, we need some time. But yeah, the chorus is one of the best that they've ever done. The energy all throughout is very infectious. We got Jokels on this bitch, you know. He's Josh Dunn singing. It's great. And then that scream that Tyler does is maybe one of the heaviest that they've ever recorded. And
Mhm.
then they got that heavenly synth finish. You know, those synths that come in at the very end are just like such a nice cherry on top.
Oof.
It's it's like pretty close to like 21 Pilots perfection, and it's
Mhm.
a fantastic song, and I still love it. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. I said, speaking of relatable, this one
Mm-hmm.
has hit home since the day it released. While my home life growing up wasn't the absolute worst, I was constantly met with the need to escape with music, whether I was driving or not.
Mm-hmm.
Often finding excuses to take the long way in order to stay in my music in my head for just a little bit longer. Even now, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
This is one of those songs by 21 Pilots that instantly becomes an all timer for
Mm-hmm.
me. From the insanely infectious bass, Josh's raucously gorgeous drum lines, and the vocals from both members. There's truly nothing I dislike about this song. The scream after the jokels still gets me every time, and I don't see it ever stopping. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I I love this song a lot, and it's one of those ones that just like I instantly related to, and I feel
Yeah.
very seen by. Like I was saying, um, yeah, I love Drum Show. Fantastic. It is probably my favorite song off the album still.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, great song.
Which is crazy because I do remember when the track list revealed, I saw the title "Drum Show." I was like, I
Hmm.
I don't know how to feel about that one. And then it
Yeah,
bangs. Of course it does.
yeah.
Drum Show
I
bangs.
said I said the same thing with Pet Cheetah and Trench. So you know
True.
what?
True. I mean, I
Uh,
don't think I outwardly said that with Drum Show, but it definitely was a thought that I was like, I don't love the title of that song, but nah,
yeah,
then yeah, it's fantastic.
yeah, seriously.
I was just thinking of like the little drummer boy or some shit like before.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna
seriously.
be some like drumline type shit or something. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah. Let me move into garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I said, speaking of relatable,
Mm-hmm.
the lyrics on this record are the most I've related to Tyler and Josh. And not in a cute way, more in a deteriorating mental health type of way.
Yeah.
I really like this track. The piano and production choices made remind me of like Coldplay type vibes,
Okay. Yeah.
Viva La Vida specifically, in a great way. It's just funny that I'm getting those vibes in a song that's about feeling like absolute trash, and
Yeah.
also playing into that anxiety again from earlier. I do feel like this could have been. I feel like there could have been one more chorus in there at the end of the track, just to kind
Mm.
of smooth it out a little bit, because I feel like it ends kind of in a weird way. But I also feel like this one might be like the redheaded stepchild of Breach, so I'm gonna give it its flowers while I think it deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
I like this track. I like Jesus. I like this track. I think it's very relatable, and it's one that I feel it could grow on me, but I feel like it's gonna be, and it already has been kind of hated on by the masses. I feel.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, for at least from what I've been seeing, but
Yeah.
it's just people not super loving garbage, which
Mm.
it has an unfortunate name for that fact.
They're missing out on some garbage,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I like the track.
Yeah. Yeah, the way I said it was call this a dumpster fire, the way garbage is bringing the heat. Um uh I feel like this song like kind of perfectly rides the line of being potentially corny. Like there's definitely another version of this song that could be like, whatever. But it never falls into those cringe places for me. I think it really rides that line perfectly. It just feels like an honest representation of feeling like absolute shit, like you were saying.
Yeah,
And specifically not wanting to put that on the people around you is what a lot of the lyrics, at least when I was getting from them. And one, me too, relatable. But yeah, it's catchy as hell. I really love the melodies and stuff on this one. I think those, yeah, so like those are so nice. Those are so fucking catchy. I love those. And yeah, I think the bridge is really nice too. It kind of strips down for a second. There's a lot of like little vulnerable stripped down moments on this album that I like a lot. I really enjoy when Tyler does that. On this one in particular, I kind of wish like the bridge was like twice as long, because it kind of like strips down for a second and then comes right back, and I kind of wish it sat with it for a little bit longer. But even so, I think this is a really fun one. The lyrical content's not fun, but it is a fun track. Yeah, it's very 21 Pilots in that sense. Yeah, I really like it. I wouldn't say it's like a favorite of mine, but it is. I like it quite a bit. It's really good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Next we get The Contract. Yeah, speaking of fun tracks, this one is really fun. It's a banger for sure. We've had this one for a while now. The more, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't know. The more I think about it as a lead single, it's just a little interesting. For right now, it's a little hard for me to separate just like me knowing this song and then hearing it in the track list. I think just because I've listened to it so much since this come out. Like it is a pretty unique song on this record, to be honest. But I think it still sounds really great. That auto tune, once you get past it and accept it as like a stylistic choice, game changer. It's just a really really great track. I think every section, there's a lot of sections in this song, and each one is fleshed out like with its own unique energy that sounds great. Tyler sounds great all throughout, and Josh's drumming does as well. And yeah, like it reminds me a lot of like a Linkin Park classic song, with the dark pianos and guitars and the synths and all that. Yeah, it's really fun. I really love pretty much everything about this track, and the halftime breakdown that they go into gets me every time. It gets me every time. It's so good. One of the best creative decisions on the album, honestly. It's so good. Yeah.
The Contract. Speaking of just kidding. I can't keep
Speaking
that
of
going.
what?
Relatable.
Did you start the rest of that with that?
Yeah. The last couple of tracks, I was like, speaking of relatable.
That's good.
this song makes me feel like the City Wall, like City Wall should have been later in the album. Both the lyrics and the
Yeah.
video set it prior to the happenings in City Walls, which kind of, breaks that cohesiveness for me. But it's not that big a deal when it comes to just listening to the songs, and not watching the videos, I guess. I do really enjoy the Linkin Parkness of this track, on the production, the small rap verse, and into the yell. Lots of cool synth work. Tyler sounds great, and you can feel the emotion in his voice, especially in the last few lines on there when he's begging you to take the contract. And Josh goes off here. This is a great for single, and just goes to show how different our band can sound on each different track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. It's just that halftime breakdown. I haven't minded the auto-tune from the beginning. I didn't really care about it. I think it adds to the track. I like it a lot. It's a great song by them.
It got to me on like my first 2 listens, and then like by the third I was like, this is fucking fire. So
yeah.
Also, I just want to mention, sorry.
I was just saying it's fire. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I also want to mention something that I was vocal about, I know, on the podcast, that I'm thinking about right now, is that the ending of Paladin Straight ends with Hello Clancy. And I was very adamant, based off like a tweet that they did, that City Walls, or the first track on the album, was going to start with Hello Blurryface, because that's what they did in a tweet. And I was like, that's going to be in the song. That's going to be in the song. It was not in the song. So I must concede defeat once again.
I'm going to be a little honest. I'm glad it wasn't, because I feel like that would have been a little corny. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, but bring us to the downstairs. Yes, downstairs.
Yes.
Yes. This song was written over a decade ago, and it's very obvious, but honestly, in a way that I really love. Regional at Best is not a record that I love, that I have much love for, but this takes the best parts of it and brings it to the modern day.
For sure.
The religious implications on this track are something we haven't really gotten in a pretty long time, especially in this blatant of a way that I feel it is. I really love this song a lot, from the production revamp, mixed with the old stuff finding its place within the mix, as well. There's a lot of emotion on this track, and it has those quirks that their old music had, which adds to the uniqueness on this record, especially. It's also very catchy and will be stuck in my head for a while. I really fucking love the chorus on this one. Super fun. And I don't know, there's just something about the on first listen at the listening party, I liked it, but I didn't know if I was super big on it, especially at the beginning of the song. There's kind of that weird little bit of auto-tune on his voice that gets a little interesting, but the rest of the song, I really love it. It's really, really fun, and I like this one a lot.
Yeah, like you said, it definitely does have a very Regional at Best feel. I agree, it's some of the best parts of Regional at Best. Like, that's the most that they've got, like, super synthy and super, like, I guess ambient at points. Regional at Best definitely got. And this track does do that. I really like the production on this track in general. Something I appreciated more about with my listen last night on official streaming services is that the production actually sounds really great in headphones. Like, it's very spacious and very I don't know, it sounds great in headphones is what I'm trying to get. But I guess I do have some mixed feelings about this one, me personally. Like I said, I love that ambient intro, and like the first vocal melody I think is great too. Like, I really like that.
Yeah.
I think it sounds really great to start off with. But it kind of falls apart at the chorus for me personally. I guess for me it's just a little hard to separate the, like, 2011 2012 dubstep influence on the chorus. It's a little much for me, just like how like heavy and bombastic it is. And like it kind of feels out of place with the rest of the album, I would say too. Like nothing else on here sounds like this, which could be a compliment, depending on how you look at it. But to me, I don't know, it feels really out of place. I'm not like a huge fan of it. And then there's like the key change at the ending too, which I think I've talked about it before, but like I'm very weird about key changes sometimes. Like sometimes it just like makes my eyes roll, and this one kind of does make my eyes roll a little bit. But also like I like the way it changes Tyler's voice, like the way like it changes the timbre of his voice, the key that they go into. But I don't know. And also, I think the track is long too. It's like 5.5 minutes, and it definitely feels like it could be like a minute shorter for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of aspects about it, but also just like my first immediate impression is like I'm not huge on this one. And I even said in my initial blurb that I wrote like earlier this week that I wish it was released as a bonus track, which 21 Pilots never does bonus tracks, and they never will do bonus tracks. Um, um, but
Oh.
yeah, no, I didn't write that last part. But like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But I did say that I wish it was released as a bonus track. Little did I know that bonus tracks would actually be a thing on this on this project, which maybe you'll get to. I haven't listened to that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed on Downstairs. It's one that could definitely grow with on me, but I just I don't know. It was a little hard for me to separate just how I don't know, bombastic and old it felt in a lot of ways. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It just felt out of place writing wise with everything else. Um, I don't know, but could
Yeah.
grow on me.
I mean, no,
Um,
I definitely feel that, but I don't know.
mm,
There's something about it that I just like. I couldn't help but get down and groovy too. You
yeah,
know.
that's fair. Completely fair. And maybe I'll be feeling that in like 12 hours. But we'll see. Um, yeah, but then we go into Robot Voices, which is a track that I really, really like. I really like
Mhm.
Robot Voices. Another thing that he talked about in the listing party is that this was made in collaboration with a small indie band. He interpolated a part of one of their songs into the chorus of Robot Voices. And I wrote interpolated, but I went back just this morning and re-listened to the original song. And like he pretty much just it's a straight up sample, like almost word for word. The
Mhm.
chorus of Robot Voices is the bridge of a smaller track that I actually want to hold on. Hold on. It is called My Soft Spots, My Robots by Blanket Approval. It's basically just the bridge of that song, but put into the chorus of this. And then they also sample like a lot of the main guitar parts for the verses of Robot Voices as well. And I don't know. It's a very different thing for 21 Pilots to do because they don't really collaborate with other artists aside from like Paul Meany. And like they also don't really directly sample, as far as I'm aware, aside from like Time to Say Goodbye, if you remember that one. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But like I think it works really, really well on here. I think that the lyrics are very topical to like technology in 2025. I think there's a lot of beautiful like uh, melodies and stuff on this one that again remind me of like Postal Service and Ben Gibbard. Um, and yeah, I think it's just dummy catchy. I just really love that. It's so catchy.
Mhm.
And I think it's a little quirky too with like the robot 1 2 3 4, but I think it works really well. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah, me too. So in terms of uniqueness in their discography, this is pretty up there.
Yeah.
First off, using part of a small indie band's song as the chorus for this one is so sick, especially giving them credit and money
Mm-hmm.
for
Oh yeah.
and by sharing the rights.
Yeah.
Um, There's also another lyrical standout on Breach with some really great imagery and storytelling about Tyler's little robot friend.
Mm-hmm.
The production is so upbeat. The chorus is so catchy and fun. It's so different and so not them sounding, but it works so well in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but to vibe out and love this track. Also, another standout for Josh, whose drums are extra punchy on this one. Really hope we get this one live. I said,
Oh,
this
I hope we do as well. I'm sure we will,
yeah,
but I hope we do.
yeah, this one would be super sick. I there's so much. I'm gonna pull up lyrics real quick, just
Mm-hmm.
there's one where um it's like talking about the blinds. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you went to like a metal
The half
breakdown.
drawn
Sorry.
the half drawn blinds casting lines on the floor as my metal friend flashes in time.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. I don't know. This one, it also just like the woos into
Yeah.
the like that part of the portion of the song is just so fun. It's so different, but I love this, and I would honestly love to hear more like this from them in the future, to be honest.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah,
indie
just
rock in a way that they
it
don't
really
usually
is.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and it's definitely up there for me on the record
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Cool.
And then we move on to Center Mass. I said Tyler was on crack for not believing we'd like this one off the bat. Because he said at the listening party, he was like, "Yeah, you guys aren't gonna like this one. It's my favorite, but you guys aren't gonna like it. No big deal."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's a liar. The initial funk and groove during the rap verses into the harder rock portion toward the end of the song rule. It all just works so well and beautifully throughout the track. I've said a lot already, but the lyrics go off on this one as well. Some of which I again relate heavily to.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling of wanting to shrink into yourself and hide.
Yeah.
Also the struggle of religion pokes its head again, speaking on the tattoos and how they hurt as the meaning starts to fade away.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's just how I interpret it. I don't know if all of his tattoos have a religious meaning or anything, but that's
Right.
just how I it could mean literally any of his tattoos, but
Yeah.
um
That's how I kind of interpreted it too, for what it's worth. Yeah.
Phew.
Yeah. You're not just being a raging atheist right now.
Thank God. This is one of the standouts for me on Breach as well, and one I can only see growing on me as time goes on. It's just I really love the rap verses on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go off,
Mm-hmm.
off, King.
Go off, King.
And you go off, Mike.
Oh, okay. I'm the king. One thing I didn't realize about this track until last night, probably because we were at listening party and illegitimate third party. There was there's some sampling done at the very beginning of this track, with like a whole bunch of like stuff being mashed together, and two of the things that you can like hear pretty quickly are the "My Death" from the trees.
Yeah.
You can hear that in the intro, and you could also hear a clip of when the girl was stealing the drum from their show, which was only like 4 months ago, if that. Like it wasn't that long ago. And it's like, the girl, I really don't think you should take that. Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
I didn't notice those at first, and yeah. Anyways, the whole song though.
Also,
oh, sorry.
There's also, this is where he says Josh Dunn on the album.
Yes,
so.
I didn't notice that either. That was something I was thinking about earlier in the week. I was like, wow, there's no Josh Dunn mention on this record. But yes, and Yeah. Anyways, yeah, there's I said this is maybe the most like structurally interesting song that they've ever done. We go through like four separate genres on here and go back and forth between a few of them. And there's some funky ass key changes in there as well. But I mean that in the best way possible because I think the weirdness of this track just works super well. Like you were saying, Tyler's rapping is really great. It's probably some of the best he's shown off since Trench, like in terms of like sounding like natural on top of the track. And then Josh's drums, you know, he's matching all of those genre swaps and fusing them together like he always does in really cool ways. And yeah, despite like how much is going on, I think they pull it off without it ever sounding messy or like thrown together. And I think that's impressive with the amount going on. And then when I was listening last night, I kind of was really paying attention to like the lyrics and the outro more. And like you were saying, like the tattoos hurting with meaning fades, then saying like I don't want to say what happened. I just want to let it go. Nothing was the same right after I went to the funeral. I miss you so so much. Take what you want. Like I did not catch up onto those lyrics at the end until like recently, and like that makes that outro section hit so much harder. And I'm curious to dissect it more to see how it all like ties together a little bit, because I really did not notice that deep of a subject change like at the very ending of the track, but it's got to all kind of mean something. And Yeah, I think it's really great, and I also think Tyler was on crack when he said that we would not like this song on first listen because it's incredible. It's a really really good 21 Pilot song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Love.
Yes, yes. Next we go into Cottonwood. And When we were at the listening party, the very I'm pretty sure I said it out loud to you. I was like, I cannot wait to hear this in a pair of headphones. Especially that ending section of Cottonwood here. It's a very stripped back piano ballad. And actually, I'm just realizing now he talks about death at the end of Center Mass, and then this track is about his grandparent that had passed away. So maybe it's supposed to be like a transition type thing. But anyways, huge Ben Gibbard vibes on this one again. This one feels very Postal Service, very Death Cab to me. But it's gorgeous. I really love the piano line on here. I started learning it last night, and it's really really nice. And I think it may go down as like their best ballad. At least I would hope
Mm.
so. In public opinion, at least. Truce has my heart. But I think the piano is haunting on here. The lyrical content about death is like heartbreaking. It's very good. And me being a nerd, I love the subtle chord changes all throughout. And yeah, the production is just incredible at the last section of the track too. Like it's just so full and so spacious. And Tyler's voice sounds angelic when he starts hitting those high notes too.
Mm.
I think it's a really really strong track. I really love this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, how many grandpas does this guy have?
Yeah.
None anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The song is so damn sad, but goes so hard. I am in love with the imagery portrayed through the lyrics
Hmm.
and the emotion that seeps from Tyler as he processes the memories, thoughts, and feelings associated with the death of his grandfather. The connection between him and a cottonwood tree being chopped down is so beautifully sad.
Yeah.
Um, the piano is, and slow drumming just bring it all together. It's a gorgeous song, beautiful ballad. That I love it a lot. It's gorgeous, really, and yeah, I don't have a ton to say about it. It is really beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I
like
agree.
that. Let me go into One Way. Uh, this is another quirky one that honestly could have fit on Scaled and Icy.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
The Yeah, like the groovy bass line and the bloopy fun background production makes the track so fun. I'm not positive of any deep meaning with the lyrics on this one, but not every song needs that. This is a short pick me up after a solemn tribute song that helps get it helps get us back into the groove of the record in a lavish-esque type way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, super fun, super catchy. It will be on repeat.
Yes.
Really, this is a really fun one. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think this track is going to be like this is going to be the grower of the album for sure. Like in a lot of ways it does feel like it's a little connecting track, like something to, change the vibes from Cottonwood, which was so, you know, down and sad for sure. And then this one kind of brings you back into some of the catchier, groovier vibes, but it's also very low key. It's a little low key but locked in little banger. I think it's so catchy though. And
Oh yeah.
the bass line is so good on here too. Like it's probably the best bass line on the album. It's so groovy. And I think Tyler kills the vocals too. Like even though it
Mhm.
feels like it's not a super flashy track in any way, shape, or form, but it does exactly what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, he doesn't like half-ass anything about it either, even though it's like kind of just, I don't know. It's not one that like super sticks out to me right now, but honestly, I think it's probably going to be one that like in a month or two, I'm like, you know what, One Way. That's top 5 on the album. Like it's really good, and I enjoy it quite a bit. And the little, of course, the transition at the end too, with the voicemail from Josh. I remember you were thinking right away that possibly that was just for the listening party, just because Tyler
Mhm.
earlier on was like saying something like Josh is busy right now or whatever. Um, and it did kind of sound like it was just a listening party thing, but I was like, no, there's some effects in the transition like that, like feel like that's part of the song. Like that's not, they wouldn't put effects on his voice just for the listening party.
Yeah.
um and it does transition right into Days Like Dormant. I guess, is there anything else you want to say about One Way real quick before I transition?
No, you're good. It's just
uh
super fun.
it is super fun. I love it. Days Like Dormant, banger. I really like this one. I think there's such a fun energy for sure. And like it leans more into that pop punky type sound that they've really been doing on like Clancy in this one. And I think it's one of the most unapologetic versions of that sound that they've done yet.
Mm.
I think the chorus is absolutely incredible. Like it's so catchy, and has such a, you know, it was stuck in my head even from just the listening party. Like that was the one thing I could like genuinely still sing like right after we listened to that, like for the rest of the
Mhm.
week. It's such a good chorus on there. And I think the way that Tyler like does like the screaming into like his head voice and like the verses, like it's so
Mhm.
good. Like it's really impressive. And the way I put it is that he's come a long way as a vocalist since the Pantaloon. But like it's just I don't know. I was trying to think of like a rough vocal performance from early on. I'm like, Pantaloon kind of sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. um, but yeah, it's just great though. I think it's really really fun. I like this one a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a banger for sure. I love how explosive this track gets, but also how it takes that chill little piano detour in the latter half of the song.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, Tyler speaking about not wanting to waste his time in a place where he can't put his love to use is uh, as it's all he feels he has to offer
Hmm.
is wild. Um, and also I like it's the way in which he's talking about like not wanting to be in a place where like in a city where nobody knows his name or whatever.
Hmm.
It's very like the Cheers theme song, like the where everybody knows your name,
Oh
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing. And I was like, that's looking at the lyrics last night. I was like, that's funny. I don't know if that's what he meant to do, but it's
yeah.
just like a
Right.
funny way. Um, but I um the the drums and bass go hard on this song, like they do on Drum Show, but they weirdly fit in such a different context,
Yeah.
and that's something that I really admire about this band and what they're able to do um, with their usual setup of a bass guitar and drums. The piano section is also super reminiscent of older songs, and I'm all here for it. this is also another real catchy one, very sick track that I will need to listen more for it to grow, but I still love it a lot. Yeah, the way you were talking about, where he like kind of does that yell into his head voice, like you were saying, love that. Really good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great track. Great track, like it a lot.
Yes.
Let me go into tally. I said, whereas Oldie Station was written for us in a way to help us push on through. This is a love letter to us from Tyler on how we helped him push on through as he's made these records. At least my interpretation. I've never stopped believing in this band or Tyler, and I'm not. And I'm glad that in a small way I helped him push through. No matter how many times he thinks or feels that he failed the fan base throughout writing these albums. Love this track from an instrumental standpoint as well, and it would absolutely go off on Fortnite Festival. The the production.
Hello, Max.
The production pops off again as well, and Tyler really really put his all into this song vocally. This is a sleeper hit on the record, and I want to thank Josh Dunn for saving it.
I forgot about that.
Because, Tyler also mentioned that Josh is the reason this song made it onto the record. Josh really liked it, made sure it made it on, much like Navigating. So thank you, Josh. Love this track. Definitely sleeper hit, I feel.
So full disclosure, on the very first listen at the listening party, this one really did not stick out that much to me. Like, I thought it sounded cool, and I remember enjoying the high note at the end or whatever. But I was like, that was cool, or whatever. It just didn't stick out to me. But when I did my second listen, and even when I did my third listen, when I did my second listen, I forgot it existed. But on my second and third listens, I'm just like, oh my god, this is legitimately one of the best songs here. Like you said, it's a bit of a sleeper hit. I think Tyler just sounds incredible on this song. Like, he just sounds so good. And I guess I didn't really relate it to being about the click in the fan base, but I'm looking on Genius right now. It seems like that's what most people are thinking about. For some reason, I thought like maybe it was a bit of a Jenna thing a little bit. I mean, I guess it could be still, but like even so, like I think that's just like painfully relatable in a lot of ways too. Like just the feeling like you're constantly letting someone you love down and them still believing in you somehow. Like, I think that's beautiful. That's a gorgeous message, like regardless of fan base and artist, whatever. Like that can go into personal relationships too. I think it sounds so good. It's very different for them too. That like, I guess I wasn't sure how to feel about that upbeat synth at first, but like I think it's really good. Like it matches the vibe really well. And the bridge breakdown is perfect too. Like I love the way it just ends with that huge high note, like, which is just incredible. I didn't know his voice could do that after all these years. It sounds so good. And I don't know why it didn't strike me that much at first, but I think it's one of my favorites on the record. Like it's just so, it's just so good. I'm saying that a lot, but like I feel that's how I feel. It's just a great track. I love it a lot.
Another thing that like just came to mind was the way that it kind of starts and into the rap verse. It reminds me of the way that he raps in oh fuck, what is this song? It's the
hold on, sorry, I'm just reading an unofficial Genius thing right now, and they said it could be interpreted as his final apology to Touch Bearer. It's a Torch Bearer. Touch Bearer. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Okay, the way he raps at the beginning of this song reminds me of what's the song that's like, in the sky no way that's me because the other half of my heart's asleep.
That's Anathema.
Anathema, yeah. The way that beginning the beginning of this song really reminds me of the way that he raps that verse in Anathema.
Yeah, it
And
is
I
very old, isn't it? Like it does feel like his older rap flow and like vocal timbre. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just a cool little connection that my brain made when I listened to it without realizing what song it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um and then yeah, we end off with Intentions. I said, what a nice little subtle end to the record. Kind of similar to Truce on Vessel.
Hmm.
Almost a little too similar. So I kind of want to tell the story of. I mean, it's not really much of a story, but like when we heard this at the listening party, like as soon as it started, there was some reversed pianos going, and I was like, "Oh, it's Truce Reverse." Like I said, that's like a joke, because it's an ending to the record, and it's a short song I knew already. And then as it kept going, I was like, hold on a second. I think it actually is Truce in Reverse. It was the or whatever, like the oohs in reverse that come in. I remember like we were just standing there and like it took me a second and like it was like probably like a whole line later that I was like, I think it actually is Truce in Reverse. I'm pretty sure that was the oohs, but like in reverse. Um, I don't know. It was just really cool on a first listen to be like, oh my god, this is actually Truce in Reverse. That's actually sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And I really like the way that they like reinterpret it that way because it just sounds really haunting in a way. Like it's
Mhm.
very. It does match the vibe. I mean, I'm glad that they used it for the credits for City Walls because I think it matches the vibe of how the story ends. Like it's a little unsettling in some ways,
Yeah.
but like also it's very calming. And I think that's a really unique. I've talked. I think I've talked about this before, but one of my favorite like tones in music, like ways I could describe music, is like hauntingly beautiful. Just because like there's
Mhm.
just something so unique about that I feel like music can do so much better than a lot of other media. Um, and I think this hits that hauntingly beautiful ending, which works so well for how the story ends and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, but Tyler just sounds like calming over top of it, despite it sounding kind of haunting, which I think gives the beautiful aspect to it. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think it's a really solid ending. I wouldn't say I like absolutely love this as the ending, me personally. I guess I just wish the lyrics were a little less vague on it.
Mhm.
Like I wish there was just like at least like one lyric where I was like, oh, okay, that's how you see the ending of this, instead of just like my intentions are good or whatever. But it is a really cool track, and I like it quite a bit. So yeah.
Yeah. I said, see, now that's fucked up. The
Mm-hmm.
use of Truce as a song, we both of us hold really close and near and dear. Um,
Yeah.
in reverse as the background to this heart wrenching conclusion to a decade of our lives. It was so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, if it doesn't make me respect Tyler to a whole another level.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing back this track that I feel like nobody I never really see Truce talked about, and I
I
don't
think
see
only in like
people.
the main fan base is like Truce talked about to the level that we talk about it at. Yeah.
Yeah, but even like I don't know if I'm just not in that um, area of the fan base or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, I just never see it talked about, which is really unfortunate because Truce is so gorgeous
Yeah.
and it's so underappreciated. It just
Yeah.
it I have seen I'll take back some of that because I have seen people talk about how that song has saved their life.
Right.
Um,
It's
but
one of those where like if it hits you, it hits you. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But it doesn't hit everyone. I mean, that's kind of how 21 Pilots is in general too. But yeah.
yeah, that's true. Um, but the way that it's used on this track is so eerie and haunting, and it makes me feel so much. It's just I love it a lot, and while I do wish, like you do, that that it was a little more like in your face about what he feels and what he's trying to say with the ending and everything.
Mm-hmm.
um I do in it, like intentions as a thing. he's saying throughout the song, throughout the very few lyrics on the song, that they're everything, and
Yeah.
they can change in an instant, and they
Yeah.
lack memory,
I really
like he
like. I was
says.
just
So,
about to say I really like that lyric of intentions lack memory. That's a really cool
yeah,
line.
it really is, and it just shows how powerful intentions can be, and how um, what he might mean uh, could be completely different from how some other people interpret everything. That's what's kind of beautiful about the story, is like everybody can interpret it in a different way,
Yeah.
um, which is really cool. And I love this track. It's like you're saying, it's haunting but beautiful. I honestly feel whenever I hear uh, music in reverse, it gives me kind of like a weird feeling in my stomach, makes me kind of
Mm.
creeped out a little bit. And it kind of does here for me as well, but in a way where it's comforting at the same time, because it
Hauntingly
is a
beautiful.
song. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it brings I love truth so much, and I hold it so near and dear, that it's like I hear it, but to hear it in this way is just such like a weird thing.
Yeah.
And Tyler sounding so calm over it, like you were saying, it's just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. um I said I've been thinking about this track since I heard it.
Mm.
um I couldn't, I like, after the listening party, I mentioned it a couple of times, like that was fucked up. Why did you have to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, it just like, and I've felt that throughout the week. It's just like it's just stuck with me, and I feel like it's going to for a while.
Yeah.
Uh, it's beautiful and fucked up, and thank you for everything,
Yeah.
Tyler. But yeah, love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, it's great. It's a cool little ending.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sick. Do we just want to do the ranking now, or how you feeling?
Do you want to do overall thoughts and then ranking?
Sure,
Or
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be going off the dome here, overall thoughts, but like I was saying at the top, I think it's a really solid record, a
Mhm.
really great even. I'm not entirely sure if it lives up to the same level as Clancy for me, but I really need it to sit with me for a bit, especially songs like Downstairs and Raw Fear, where like I'm not as huge on them at the moment. They could totally grow with me, and if they do grow on me, it will change my opinion on the album as a whole, to be honest. But like things can shrink, things can grow. I do think it's like really strongly produced and very consistent for the most part. And I think there's a lot of really cool experimentation done with their sound on here too. I mean, they're always changing up their sound and doing different genres and stuff, but like there's some legitimately kind of experimental moments on here with like Center Mass in particular. But even
Yeah.
something like Tally is kind of weird. And like yeah, I don't know. I also like how even they have like some pretty just basic but like really strong songs, like One Way, like I was saying too, and like Garbage kind of as well. Um, it's a really unique album that I think ends the lore and like ends the sound in a uh very strong state. I think it's a really good way to end it all out. And yeah, I think it's really good. I like it.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, I said it's hard to put into words. I wrote this right after I listened to it.
You're
It's
good.
hard to put into words how I feel right now. This is the ending of a decade-long story that I've spent so much time, energy, and money on. And I don't regret a second or a penny of it.
Mm,
21 Pilots is and will always be my favorite band, and they continue to solidify that with every release that they put out. I'm in love with the vulnerability across Breach, and I
mm,
feel very seen throughout so many of the tracks here. Tyler and Josh really put their all into this album in every aspect. The vocals, bass, guitar, production, and lyricism across this are peak. The drumming goes so hard and has so much passion. Um, but Josh also puts himself into an uncomfortable position, a very courageous position, putting his
mm,
voice onto a record for the first time. Um, it's very cool. Uh, it's not like a flawless record, but I feel like this has most potential to keep the utmost potential to just keep growing and growing on me.
Mm-hmm.
I love this band with every fiber of my being, and I can't wait to see what comes next after this break that they're taking.
Yeah.
But thank you for everything, 21 Pilots. I love
Yes.
this. Love this.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Joseph and Mr. Dunn.
Mr.
It's
Meany
and
for
Mr. Meany.
adding that breath of
Yeah.
life into it. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely. I mean, we've sung his praises before, but like Paul Meany is really like a secret sauce to like make 21 Pilots just like work super well. Like I think they did great before Paul Meany came around, but like the influence he's had on like the production, and I think on some of the songwriting and stuff too, is just like it's like a perfect little like just dash of something else that makes it so much better. Like, he's like a secret third member in a lot of ways, and yeah, I, yeah,
Yeah. Thank you also, Mark, for keeping them
yes,
and doing all the media and stuff like that. Like
mm-hmm.
that's a huge part of it as well. But
Yeah, and
yeah.
he seems so close with them too. Like literally the picture that I'm not sure if you must have seen it, but like on
Yeah.
their band Instagram, I believe it was, they posted a
Mhm.
story of them just like eating Taco Bell on a curb, like the three of them,
Yeah.
right after their final album drops. Well, not final album, but you know what I mean. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, no, it's great. And yeah, I think I'm also excited to see where they go from here. I mean, I'm also very cool and understanding with them taking a break, like a
Yes.
significant break for the first time at least since Trench. But like I'm guessing it might even be longer than that. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm excited to see what comes of that. Presumably off label too, I think is a thing.
Yeah.
Like Fuel
That's
by Ramen, I'm pretty sure this is the last we'll hear about them, Fuel by Ramen. But
mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. All right. Song ranking. These are bound to change. They've changed for all the albums for me. This is
yeah.
just first day, first couple listens, song ranking. My number one is Drum Show, and then I go Center Mass, Robot Voices, City Walls, Tally, Intentions, Cottonwood, Downstairs, One Way, The Contract, Days Lie Dormant, Garbage, and then Raw Fear.
All right. Yeah, and mine, same caveat. This is gonna change. Mine is Drum Show, Tally, Robot Voices, Cottonwood, Center Mass, The Contract, Days Lie Dormant, One Way, City Walls, Garbage, Intentions, Raw Fear, and Downstairs. And yeah, I think it's really great. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, did you listen to Drag Path? I That was a new thing that came out this morning.
Yeah, they released a new digital remains, which they did for Clancy, which is just like a bunch of art and stuff.
Mm,
But then this one had a extra track called Drag Path, which was one of like one of the rumored track list songs.
mm,
And it's a name that's been thrown around a lot since Clancy. But it finally got released. I only listened to it once, so I don't remember a lot about it. But
mm,
I do think that it could have just been on the record. It feels like this might have been what he wanted to have as the closing track before going with Intentions.
mm.
It's another like 5+ minute track,
Oh
which
wow.
would have added another good bit to the duration of the album. But
Yeah.
I do need to listen to it again. But I like it from what I remember. Um, it's just like a cool extra track, which, like you said, they don't really do that. So
Hmm.
um, yeah.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah, I definitely need to listen to it. I'm gonna figure out if I will buy it myself or if maybe I'll find a generous donor. But hopefully, I mean, if it is a cool track, though, I mean, hopefully they'll just eventually put it on streaming and stuff too. But
Yeah, I would hope so.
yeah, we'll we'll see with that. But yeah, no, I think it's a great album, and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm very happy with it.
Me
Yeah,
too. All
sick.
right.
Alrighty, well, I suppose we should get into song of the week here.
Yes.
I think we're good. We're right about the 2 hour mark. So, you were up. You were up first this week.
So, this is an interesting one for me. I'm between a couple off of Breach here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm feeling Robot Voices though. I'm gonna go with
Ooh.
Robot Voices by
All right.
21 Pilots. All right, that was Robot Voices by 21 Pilots. What'd you think, Mike?
I think that song is incredible. It's just such a catchy banger. Like I think the production on it is so like gorgeous and beautiful too. Like I know a lot of it comes, well, not a lot of the production, but a lot of the elements come from that indie band's track. But I think the way they add on top of it with like just like the weird synthy sounds or whatever, like it just has such a beautiful little quirk to it that like matches the lyrics just perfectly. And I forgot about like that little piano outro on it too. Like Tyler just sounds so great at that ending point. And when it's just him and the piano is what I mean. But yeah, no, I really like that song. That's one of my favorites on here for sure too.
Yeah, it's a banger. I'll tell you
Yes.
what. Yeah, like I said, there's that specific lyric about the blinds flash shining on the ground or whatever.
Hmm.
Just great shit. I love the chorus. I love the woo.
Hmm.
It's just so fun, so good, so different, and yeah, love it, love it, love it.
Yes, me too.
What are you going?
Well, I was trying to think of like what's the most what song has the least likely of shrinking on in terms of like the ones I love, which like I mean I don't know, I really love a lot of the songs on here, and it's a kind of a hard choice to go for, but I think just a track that I think is absolutely gorgeous and that like keeps blowing me away every time I listen to it, and I think I just want to highlight it because I love it a lot, and so because of that I'm going to go with Cottonwood by 21 Pilots. All right, that was Cottonwood by 21 Pilots. What'd you think of that, Colin?
God, it's gorgeous, dude. I fucking love that track so
Yeah.
much. It's just the tracks about his grandparents just fucking
Oh my
fuck me up.
God. Yeah.
I can't. Like Legend, so sad. This one is just as sad, but in a way where he didn't feel as close to this grandfather,
Yeah.
but feels just as hurt by it.
Yeah.
Um
And this one also actually
I
sounds sad too. I mean, like Legend, I
yeah.
love Legend, but it does, you can kind of separate the sadness a little bit as a listener. This one, you really
Uh-huh.
can't.
No. The lyrics on this one too, like most are blown down in a storm, but the wind was tame. You weren't waiting anymore. Were you sad or brave?
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, dude. Like,
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I absolutely love it. And I think I was talking about on the contract how like the halftime breakdown is one of the best creative decisions on the album. I think the second best creative decision, maybe even the first, is that little synth that comes in the left ear when like the things start getting like really heavily produced. Like it's just
mhm.
such a perfect little touch on top of it that like makes me smile every time. Like it's just a perfect little choice. um but yeah, the production's great. Tyler's vocals are so great on it throughout, and it's haunting, it's beautiful, and it's I love it so much. And I have the house to myself tonight, and I'm going to work my ass off playing that on the piano, and maybe get a very quick cover up, possibly, only if I
Yes,
feel
yes.
confident in the performance and representation and stuff. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love that song so much.
Mm. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Yes. Um anyways, I think we've talked a lot about Breach. I think it's safe to say we are good to go. But before we do that, we have some. Well, I guess you have any additional thoughts before we get wrap up? Anything
No,
else to say?
I think I feel like I poured out my chest
Yeah.
uh into this. So
Yes, I
yeah.
think you have as well, and so have I. But so let's get into that wrap up. We're broken boys, and so are you. I don't know. If you're listening on streaming services, thank you very much. We really appreciate it, and we love you to death.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Moi, moi, moi. You can find us on streaming on YouTube as well, where you can see our beautiful profile pictures of me self promoting myself while being surrounded by Bing Bong, and of Gerard Way learning how to be a cat or something,
Something
something like that. You can see those beautiful pictures on YouTube, but there's also a bunch of other stuff on YouTube, which is why I'm directing you there. In the description, we got links to the Song of the Week playlists. We have three down there. I mean, that little segment we just did, we got three playlists down there. We've got one for Colin, one for me, and one for both of us combined. And in those playlists, you can find both Cottonwood by 21 Pilots, as well as Robot Voices by 21 Pilots, as well as a lot of other 21 Pilots songs. I
yeah.
haven't checked in a long time, but I'm pretty
Here, I'm gonna
confident
look.
in. Oh, okay. I haven't checked in a long time, but I'm pretty confident in saying that they have the most representation on that playlist than any other artist. Um, uh, I am actually curious about a number though, if you have one.
It is 19 songs.
Oh my god. Well, I guess we need another album out so we can get to 21. That's crazy. But along with 21 Pilots, we have a whole bunch of other songs of the week that we've chosen over the last 4 years. Go ahead and give those a peep and give them a check out and listen to them. And yeah, for personal stuff, like I said, I have music out under the name of Plaintive. New EP released like a month ago called Cyclicism. I think it's actually about 2 months ago at this point. Called Cyclicism. You should go check it out, as well as Coping Mechanism, my album from a few years ago. Still working on stuff, but I always am, and I won't be teasing for a little bit. I don't know. But check out what's there if you wish. And I also have an Instagram down there, as well as my YouTube, my album of the year page, where more self promo. I got a lot of likes on my Breach review. Wow, I'm so cool. Yeah. It's currently the second most liked on there, which that's pretty sick actually.
That is
But yeah. But you can go check out there in general, where I rate and review a lot of albums, a lot of music. Doing a little list at the moment of ranking all the Fortnite, like the songs that are in Fortnite, which is,
oh, let's go.
yeah. I don't have the list public yet, just because like it takes a while to get through a lot of those songs, and like remind myself of what they sound like. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's that's coming. um, and I also have, that's all I care about. In terms of my relation to you, dear viewer. Man, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think I've gone to the dark side. I
No.
was I was I was one of the banditos who followed Clancy up to the tower. If you like squint really hard, I'm like really tiny. But I was a bandito that was there, running with Josh up to the top of the tower, and then I saw Clancy
Mhm.
get that robe. I'm like, fuck it, we ball. And you know what? I put on a robe myself. Bishop Mike is what they call me, and I'm standing behind you, dear viewer, in my bishop robes. Um,
Mhm.
that's me. And Yeah, Colin over here, he runs our social media pages. He runs our Twitter, where he updates when videos are posted, as well as updates whatever needs to be updates updates whatever needs to be updated. Yeah, he also runs our Instagram and TikTok pages. Am I forgetting something else there? I think no, I'm not.
Twitter?
I said Twitter. That was the first
Did
one I
you?
said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're good. You're pondering. You're
I am.
yeah.
I really am.
Colin tunes out during this section. I don't have that luxury. I just have to go straight through. But anyways, he runs our Instagram and TikTok pages, reposts funny clips of us being goofy gads. I don't know if gads is a bad thing. But yeah, that's us. Sorry, that's what he runs for us. And we thank him for that. But he also has a couple personal things down there. He's got an album of the year page where you can check out his review of Breach, as well as anything else that he's listened to on album of the year. And he also has a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies. Nothing there this week, but unless
No.
okay. Colin, what is your relation to our dear viewer?
Well, as I ran up the tower and I was lagging behind because damn, that's a lot of fucking stairs.
Yeah.
I walked through the door as I saw you grabbing the cloak from Nico Clancy, and I'm real sad about it because I'm Torchbearer has already started walking out of the tower and he's facing towards me now, and that's our dear viewer for the week is Torchbearer.
And Torchbearer is like, why the fuck did you climb those stairs faster?
It's like they're out of spots anyway. There's already 9 people.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it. No, that's okay though, because I want to be a bandito, and I'm gonna see you behind Torchbearer with a cloak waving, and I'm gonna go, you stupid son of a bitch. I'm gonna wave you over here, yank that cloak off of you, and I'll be like, you stay with the banditos. Broken boys, banditos start with the same thing.
Exactly.
Bishops also starts with B, but it's different. And Torchbearer is gonna be so touched by this that he's gonna ask for a hug, and we're gonna have no choice but to indulge in such a thing. And so I'm gonna hug Torchbearer from in front. You, a former bishop, now back to being a bandito, are going to hug him from behind, and I'm gonna look over at you with your already applied black face paint and say,
I was well prepared.
yeah, you were like, I'm doing this shit, bro. I want to be the next Sicarver. And I'm gonna unfortunately have to kiss you with that face paint on, but it's okay because we'll wash it off afterwards and stay banditos, okay, Mike?
Okay.
Because we're gonna kiss real nice next to Torchbearer's ear in a comforting way to make him believe that we'll find another Clancy and finally end this cycle. But this embrace is what we like to call the love cage. And if you would like your very own love cage, dear viewer, all you must do is drop your address in the comments below, and we will find you. You won't know when, you won't know where, but we will find you and give you your very own love cage. So drop that addy.
Damn straight.
Damn straight.
Is that what the right always talks about when they talk about detransitioning?
Maybe.
Turning into a bishop and then turning back into a bandito. It's like, which one is it? Oh, yeah.
Well, no, the right doesn't believe in mental health, so it's
true, or empathy. Yeah. And with that, we will see you next week on BrokeN Boys.
Bye-bye.